our first port of call was to meet and to get immersed in the brand. So we spent a lot of time in New York, a lot of time. In fact, we were sent down to the JetBlue University, the training and academy down there in Orlando, to get to feel JetBlue and to get underneath the every nook and cranny. But which is a great introduction to the brand. But also the most significant part of it was our immersion into their flights and their operations. So we'd never flown JetBlue before. So for us, it was an excitement thing. And so they threw us on a number of flights across transcontinental and short flights as well. So we could try all the different products they currently had, which gave us a great insight into what they wanted to do in terms of changing their onboard experience dramatically. But most importantly, for us, not flying many airlines that have free Wi-Fi was a big wow. Not only was it, this is revolutionary, but it was kind of quite rare for us. So flying on their network with constantly connected gizmos was a big wow for us. It was a big change. And it started us thinking about, we watched customers who were constantly connecting, constantly talking to family, whatever it was, or working. And that's the ability to stay connected throughout your journey. So we came up with a thinking and a strategy around seamless living, that feeling of you never switch off, you never, you want to stay connected all the time. For us, in our old school of Europe, where you had to turn your phones off before you get on a flight, you were disconnected for a part of your journey, which to some was a godsend, for others wasn't. But for us, the future is about connectivity. And so seeing that and feeling it, and also we were trying to work ourselves in these environments on projects, on proposals for other clients and things like this. And we were starting to think about how we might use this space in a different way. So those insights we felt kind of were the linchpin to the project, the need to be able to multitask, to be able to stay connected, to do so many things at once, and to integrate your lifestyle into the service on board and all that sort of stuff. We're first and foremost at our heart.
As Mike was saying, this idea of seamless living, it really kind of informed everything we did on the design. And we took Solo, which back then looked a bit different to the latest press shots of it. And we basically just started again from the ground up. We used the layout and that was about it. And we basically, the first kind of design consideration we wanted was just to give everybody as much flat surface as possible. Because as soon as you're on that plane, you want to take out your iPad, you want to take out your Mac, you want to put your phone somewhere. You just want space to spread out. And often the pain point in these flights is, right, the meal's coming, I've got to put everything away, I've got to find spaces for this. We just wanted to give as much space as possible so that their customers could, as Mike said, just kind of carry on doing what they're doing, really. And you're not ever interrupted. This idea of the seamlessness of never having to modify your behavior because of the product. So we wanted to give as much flat surface as possible. So we kind of designed this large flat surface next to you. Actually, there's both sides, and just really to open up the suite as much as possible. And what we then did with the remaining space was we wanted to fit in as much clever stowage as possible, because that's obviously everyone's second need is, right, now where do I put my phone? Where do I put my passport? Where do I put my glasses, the headphones? Often these things are just, when you board these days, everything's just dumped on the seat, including your headphones and things. So we tried to design into all the remaining space as many clever stowages as possible. So there's the neat little cubby stowage just by the window, which actually it's got a perforated lid. There's another little pain point is people forgetting things, putting stuff in stowages, forgetting. So if you can see into your stowage before you get off, you can just take a quick look, boom, it's empty, off we go. And there's then laptop stowage, there's shoe stowage, there's space under the ottoman, which I don't think they had on their previous Mint product. We've got a hook for the headphones. So everything kind of has a space. And I guess then the third element was taking this idea of connectivity and especially charging and cables and all of that. So the seat's actually got 2 headphone jacks, 2 PC powers, so that you're never having to kind of get a cable across you as you're sleeping, and you can always see everything. So down by the bed area is the nightstand, which has a headphone jack, a PC power, a little light, space for a bottle, space for your phone to go, so that you can, and when you're sleeping, everything is by you, like in your bed. Again, you're not having to compromise and put your phone up on a ledge where you can't see it to keep it plugged in. So that kind of intuitive placement of these things was very key as well, to trying to make it, again, just as easy and seamless to use as possible.
Yes, I mean, we very much wanted to, you know, the seamless living thing has many aspects to it. A lot of it was about functionality, but equally it was about thinking about the way the lifestyles, a modern lifestyle, and how that informs the environments you expect to have around you, and also by referencing those, say, residential and hospitality environments, how that really builds and reinforces that feeling that you're being looked after and cared for, and that you're in a safe, relaxing space. So the kind of things we look to achieve that, and certainly did in this project, we're looking at texture contrasts, so that you're not getting everything smooth and shiny and flat. You were talking a little bit about, you know, how COVID might influence design. And one of the things that you read at the beginning of this situation, sort of 3-4 months ago, everyone started to want to go smooth, no texture, everything white, clean. That definitely isn't the answer to creating an attractive, the most attractive environment. I mean, there's a lot we can do with that, but once you get into these, what essentially premium classes, you're wanting to create something with some personality, and the contrasting textures are part of that.